For more insight on how technology is shaping education, I spoke with Jessica Hiltabidel. She's the manager of teaching and learning at the Center for Inspired Teaching.
To me, technology is something that should be used to bring people together and really develop critical thinking skills. So if technology is doing that, in the case of a 4-year-old, we've all had the plane ride with a parent who, gives the child the video camera, the telephone, and that child certainly knows how to operate it sometimes better than we do. And it's certainly stimulating their mind and the synapses, which is a wonderful experience. But if the child is becoming isolated, or if the devices and technology are doing the thinking for them, then it's not doing its job, because the children are not able to develop the critical thinking and problem-solving skills that they'll need to be successful in today's world.
Obviously, different countries around the world use technology in their classrooms differently. Some countries support it, but others think it's a distraction. What countries are doing the best job in using technology?
I don't even know if I could pin it down to an individual country, because it's really about looking across the nations. Even if you look at, the United States right now, there are some districts that just because of funds have access to the technology. Other districts just don't have access whatsoever. When we look at education in the field of education, we're always looking towards the front runners right now, which happen to be Finland, and even the German education system is up and rising. So we look to them towards their model. But one thing we've noticed when we start looking at those models is that those are the types of programs where they're saying children need more play in the classroom. They need more, time spent on imagination, and they need more time spent on, getting to understand who they are as individuals before they can actually start to use a device and technology to help further their learning. And so when we look to those nations that are number one, technology is really not part of their curriculum. It's a tool.
This technology is really expensive. It costs a lot of money to outfit all these schools and classrooms. Is it worth the investment, and should that money be better spent in teachers, in helping teachers?
It really comes down to what are you going to do with teachers, and it comes down to the training. So if you are talking about using technology and then training the teachers on how to use it effectively in the classroom, then certainly I think it's a worthwhile investment. But it really does come down to training teachers, and are teachers really able to implement and use the tools that are provided to them? And that's really the work that I focus on with Inspired Teaching. We are trying to make sure that our teachers understand that they are the #1 priority in that classroom when it comes to translating messages to their students. And it's really the job of the teacher to help students wonder and then experiment and then learn from those wonders and experiments. And the way you can do that is through the use of technology. But I, as a teacher, have to understand what you are doing as a student. I have to be able to observe what you're doing and then make a plan based upon it, and then ask a question that instigates your thought.
Which can make your job a little harder, because you have to learn the technology as well.
Absolutely. Imagine the training that has to go into that. And I might not know the technology as well as the students, but I certainly have to have some background knowledge. I spoke a little bit earlier about technology being a way to bring people together versus isolate people. What I have found in some classrooms is that technology is doing the opposite. It's isolating the teacher from their students, and the students are often individual desks working, whereas the teacher is on her individual or his individual desk working. But if you can provide an opportunity to students and say, hey, here's a new device that we are going to be using in our classroom, let's explore it together, then wow, what a wonderful bridge that you've built between yourself as the teacher, saying, I'm not the only expert. You as a student, you are experts as well. Let's learn together. That's a really powerful message for students nowadays.
Do you think we'll see more virtual reality in classrooms? Do you think we'll see more 3D printing? How do you see this evolving?
All of the above. Anything, I think there are things we haven't even dreamed of that we're going to see. The 3D printing to me is something that's very personally exciting. I happened to go to the Inspired Teaching Demonstration School and saw a group of middle schoolers who designed 3D shapes on their own and then used a 3D printer that they had access to in their classroom to actually print the designs that they created. I mean, they're going through the entire architectural process in 6th or 7th grade. That's tremendous. Those are skills that I still don't have as an adult. So I'm really just excited to see how technology can further the learning and the exploration of our students.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.